Hi, my name is Napiya, founder of The Next It Girl, and we are a technology education nonprofit. Our mission is to educate, mentor, and advance young African American, Black, and women of color to pursue technology careers.
Hello. Naomi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Are you excited?
Yes, I'm very
You nervous?
excited. A little bit, yes.
It's going to be me. I'm going to be the problem today.
No, can't wait to hear your answer.
I can't. So I have some questions for you too.
That was a part of the script.
But I'm excited. Let's do this.
Hi, my name's Naomi. I'm an 11th grader. I'm a current participant of the Next It Girl program and an aspiring graphic designer. And today I will be interviewing Miss Napiya, the founder of the Next It Girl, for their 6th-year anniversary. Congratulations!
Thank you.
So let's start from the beginning. When and how were you introduced to technology?
I was introduced to technology in high school to pursue as a career, but always loved technology all throughout my childhood. So I went to a career development center in high school, and from there I learned computer video and graphics, and that just opened me to a world of possibilities with technology. So I learned all about PowerPoint and Microsoft and editing videos during there, and I knew by the time I graduated high school with a certification in computer video and graphics, I wanted to go on to pursue a computer science degree in college.
You're ready at the back. Your current role is as an infrastructure engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain a bit more about what that means and what's your ultimate decision to becoming an engineer?
Oh, great question. Infrastructure engineer as a whole, our responsibilities are to design, build, and deploy IT infrastructure. So from there, we work with networking, data centers, operating systems, basically making sure the business still stays afloat at the end of the day. So big responsibility, but I love the challenge every day. And that's kind of the reason I became an engineer. I love a different challenge every day versus kind of the same step and repeat. So not every day is the same. And I really enjoy complex solutions. So really having to think and troubleshoot to solve problems.
Okay. What would you say are a few of the skills that are required to succeed in this role?
Another great question. One of the main skills, or the number one skill, is people skills. So having the ability to talk to someone regardless of what department that they're in, whether it's an external or internal customer. Learning about cloud computing, infrastructure, AWS, GCP, Microsoft Azure, different applications like that. But overall, people skills, I feel like you really don't learn about infrastructure or becoming an engineer in a whole until you are putting those applications in place on a job. But those are just some things I would say you need right now to prepare to become an engineer.
All right, okay. So we all know technology is constantly changing.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you most excited about for the future of technology?
Ooh, I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. Artificial intelligence. So a lot of people will say, it's taken away from all the jobs, bringing in robots to do a lot of things that people do. But I think a lot of people aren't seeing the jobs that it's creating in the long run as well. So take Uber, for example, took away from taxis. But now you have people who are flexible in creating their own schedules, becoming entrepreneurs from working, their own hours. So I love that artificial intelligence is taken away from the manual labor, but also replacing with more of the technology jobs our world is moving towards right now.
Right, I never thought about it
Mm-hmm.
like that.
A lot of people don't think about it like that. So we look at it from, a lot of people are getting laid off from being cashiers or different things like that. But on the flip side, you have an Instacart that are allowing people to work and actually shop in the stores to get people groceries. So losing one job, but to replace it with another. So artificial intelligence, I love, and can't wait to see how that develops over the next couple of years.
Yes, okay. So let's switch and talk about a bit more of your personal experiences, if you don't mind. We know that lack of diversity is a big problem in the tech field right now.
Mm-hmm.
And with you yourself have worked in that field for a long time, where do you see this impact technology the most?
In communities of color, so people of color are impacted by the lack of diversity. You got to think about the technologies that are building all of these different technologies that we're using current day. So whether that be from iPhones, the face recognition, or other machine learning technologies, we're the ones getting impacted. We can't get our faces recognized because our hair is different one day, or we're wearing eyelashes now, or we get a haircut, different things like that. So communities of color are impacted the most. And I think until we actually get more people of color that can speak up for communities that they come from, in technology boardrooms, in technology planning meetings, that's when technology will really change.
Yes, when we have more people like you.
Or you, aspiring it girls. Yes.
Okay. How has your experience been as an African American woman in technology?
It has been challenging, good and bad. Challenging from a good standpoint. I've learned so much about myself in terms of learn how to speak up for myself more. So being bold in rooms where no one else looks like me. Have an amazing community of other Black people in tech, and hearing other instances of things going on. So now my awareness is up more, and I didn't realize that was a microaggression until somebody else told me that. So that's the good of it. So I'm becoming more aware, and I'm being more vocal now. The downside, being the only Black woman on an engineering team, not having that representation around you, lack of wanting to speak up in certain situations, but good and bad, but overall, still growing. Been in the industry almost 7 years, so.
Wow, 7 years. You've been here for a while.
A long time.
But this is a good segue to bring our conversation to the next It Girl.
Yes.
So you created a resource to attract young women to see the infinite possibilities that are to be had in technology. So can you tell us a bit more of the history of this organization?
Yes. So the Next It Girl was created in 2015, and I started it on my transition into becoming a Black woman in tech. So fresh out of college, I moved to a brand new city, didn't know anyone, but the first thing I noticed was the lack of people that looked like me on my first job in technology. At that point, I just wanted to make really good money and buy nice clothes, designer things. And I really wanted to see my passion. I felt like I wasn't really in my purpose at that time. So I was very big on like, God, show me what my purpose is. What should I be doing in this stage of my life? So I started the Next It Girl, bounced that idea off of multiple friends and family, thought it was a great idea, took the leap of faith the following year. So 2016, did a pitching competition, stuttered through the whole thing, completely embarrassed, but I won that pitching competition, and that's kind of like what ignited the Next It Girl. So from there, multiple chapters started impacting young Black, brown, and young girls of color all across the nation, and just exposing them to technology possibilities. So not pushing them into tech, but letting them know like whatever your interest is
to be had,
technology is around that.
Right. Okay. Where do you see the biggest need for the Next It Girl?
The biggest need is definitely in the school system. So I think there is not a lot of computer science educators out there in the school systems. A lot of kids are lacking computer science or information technology skills in the K through 12 system. So a lot of parents are pushing their kids to learn more about technology. And I always say we only can do so much, with our Saturday programs.
Yeah.
But if we could get with kids during the week and, after school programs,
more people.
Exactly, or giving them programming during the school day, I think that's more impactful than we could ever do on just a one Saturday every 4 weeks program.
How's the Next It Girl preparing young women for a career in technology?
So we are exposing young women of color to technology concepts. So that ranges from software development to artificial intelligence, drone technology, technical skills, software development lifecycle, different things like that. just so they can find their footing in technology. I always say if coding was the only reason I would be in tech, I would not be here today. I love that technology allows you to use the skill that, you know, works best for you, whether that is a project manager, product architect, software engineer, anything like that. All of those are wrapped into technology, and coding is not the only way. So our programs represent that. So each program, we're exposing them. You may get it, you may not get it, but at least you know, I know this area of technology is not for me. But we're exposing girls to learn more about just technology concepts, modern day technology concepts, and you know, where jobs are looking to be filled right now.
Yes, okay. So as we mentioned, that's the Next It Girls 6th anniversary. Yes. So where do you see the organization in the next 5 years?
Ooh, I would like us to be at a stage where we are in school systems, whether that is preparing curriculum for schools or we're actually having chapters within schools. I just think the need is really in the school system. A Next It Girl headquarters, maybe a physical location. Definitely want to have a physical gathering where it is a need in the community, whether it's just for computer resources, tutorings, outside of just our programming. Young women like you can come and feel safe and comfortable in the environment, just to ask questions or just to be around that community of other Black women in tech.
Okay, where would you want this headquarters located?
Oh no!
Once we get it, we're gonna say once.
Yes, we speaking that into existence. I don't wanna. Everywhere.
Headquarters in
everywhere.
State.
But definitely in the chapter cities, Charleston, Atlanta, Indianapolis. If I could do a headquarter, definitely back in my hometown.
So what has been your favorite moment with the Next It Girl?
Oh Lord. Favorite moment. You'll probably agree with me. Presentation days. Yes. I love presentation days. Even though we've had some really, really great moments, presentation days bring out the best in y'all. I can speak for the team when I say we get hesitant leading up to presentation days because like, oh, you know, do they learn everything they could? You know, do they understand the concept just from a beginner level? And y'all wow us every year. Every year it just builds on. So presentation days have been my favorite moments.
I love presentation days. I love presentation days too, but those are the most nervous.
I know, y'all get so nervous, but y'all kill it every single time. We see the nerves, but that does not translate. And I love the support y'all give each other. So one thing about the Next It Girl, the sisterhood is really big because like I mentioned earlier, meeting other Black people in tech has been like my safe haven of knowing I can call somebody and be like, do you know what happened at work today? And they can relate. So I feel the same way with the Next It Girl. You guys having a sisterhood and being able to rely on each other. And that's totally felt during presentation day with everybody cheering each other on.
Yes. And lastly, can you give us a takeaway? What would be your advice to give aspiring students that want to participate in the Next It Girls programs?
Be open to knowing that technology exists in every industry. So you do not have to sit behind a computer every day and type up code, learn how to script, learn how to program. You can always translate technology into another part or another industry. And I think that's the beauty about technology right now. Mm-hmm. If it has not already hit an industry you're interested in, it will come. So it will always integrate, and no matter what your passion is, technology exists there.
Yes. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
That's all the questions.
Okay, Naomi, I have some questions for you since you got me with all the questions. You've been a part of the Next It Girl for a while now. What has been your favorite program and why?
Okay, so out of all the programs, we've done the AI, the cybersecurity, and we just finished the SDLC.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I think out of all of those three, the SDLC one had to be my favorite.
Mine too.
I got to listen to what you do, to what Miss Karen does. So many awesome ladies you brought along the way to tell us to guide us through our project and to tell us what they do. And honestly, just collaborating with all of the other girls that were taking the program as well was just really fun. And our final product, I was pretty happy with it. It was nice to, all have a group project that we could all just say we all had a part of. It was really nice.
I love that. That's really cool. So talking about representation, you hear us talk about that a lot with the organization. Representation matters. What has the experience been like meeting and being led by women who look like you in this existing tech space?
It was great. It was nice being able to see so many ladies, so many backgrounds, so many skin colors just all come to help us out and to tell us what they do. It was just really nice.
Yes. What's the biggest misconception you had about technology prior to getting in your first Ico program?
Honestly, it was just gonna be like sitting at your computer stressing about 10384 goes here and if you get one number wrong you mess up.
Right.
But honestly, it wasn't like that. Once you guys walked us through what we had to do, like the AI one, I honestly didn't understand like half of anything about that, but after you guys explained it and like brought us through, it was really fun. It was way easier than I thought it would be.
Right.
And I was glad I was able to get a grasp on it so easily. It was like, yes, I actually understand something and I can like be like all these other women.
Yes. Aspiring.
Yes.
We're here to see it. How do you feel now about technology after participating in an Ico program?
Honestly, I think I like it more than I did before.
Yes.
Growing up with my grandparents, we didn't have a whole bunch of technology. So being introduced to this, it like opened my eyes to what we actually have in this world now. It's honestly been so much fun listening and looking at technology and seeing things change through new eyes after being through your program. It was just awesome.
Are you now realizing like certain technologies regarding the programs you did just in everyday life, like, oh, this is artificial intelligence, this is cybersecurity?
Yes. I just point out, go to the store, I'm like, that's AI. I know that one now.
Yes, I do it all the time. So lastly, like you did for me, give me a takeaway. What advice would you give aspiring students wanting to participate in the next Ico program?
I would just say to be open to actually go in and participating, because I'm not a big talker myself, but after being with you guys and seeing how fun and the open space and honestly just being relaxed the whole time, being with that sister mindset, it's honestly super fun. And once you get used to it, I think it's great for any girl or any person who would want to be into technology right now. So honestly, I think the best advice I could give is to just be open and let yourself calm down and participate and actually have fun with it.
Yes, I love it. Naomi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you at the next Ico program.
Yes, I cannot wait to be there.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
To learn more about us or to get involved in our organization, you can visit www.thenextitgirl.org.